Welcome to our first meeting for the story of Esther. This is Jack, our scriptwriter. Jane will be playing Esther, and then Jill will be playing Vashti.
Hi, I'm Jack.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jack.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, today we will be going through this, establishing the scenes of Esther. Jack, will you take us through the story?
Yeah, sure. So this is how the story begins.
It was the third year of the reign of King Ahasuerus, emperor of vast Media Persia, with its 127 provinces stretching from India to Ethiopia. A great celebration lasting 6 months took place at Shushan Palace. It was a tremendous display of the wealth and glory of the king's empire. When it was all over, the king gave a special party in the courtyard of the palace garden for the palace servants and officials for 7 days. On the final day, when the king was half drunk from wine, he told his eunuchs to bring Queen Vashti to him with the royal crown upon her head, so that all the men could gaze upon her beauty. But when they conveyed the emperor's order to Queen Vashti, she refused to come. The king was furious, and after consulting with his lawyers, he decided to banish Queen Vashti from his presence. After King Ahasuerus' anger had cooled, he began brooding over the loss of Vashti, realizing that he would never see her again. Realizing the folly of his ways, King Ahasuerus ordered his lawyers to bring Vashti back into the palace and reinstate her as the queen. He set the royal crown on her head once more, and they lived happily ever after.
Sorry, according to the script given to us, if Vashti reconciled with the king, then I would not be required on set. In that case, you should not be wasting your budget hiring me.
Well, Jack, I thought I mentioned in my brief to you that it is not how it should play out. Vashti will be deposed by, and then Esther shall take the place.
You know, but I think they should live happily ever after. Like a fairy tale ending, you know?
No, that's not how the story should be.
Well, okay. So, as the story goes.
So his aide suggested, let us go and find the most beautiful girls in the empire and bring them to the king for his pleasure, and the girl who pleases you most shall be the queen instead of Vashti. This suggestion naturally pleased the king very much, and he put the plan into immediate effect. Now, there was a certain Jew at the palace named Mordecai. This man had a beautiful and lovely young cousin called Esther, whose father and mother were dead, and whom he had adopted into his family and raised as his own daughter. Esther was brought to the king's harem along with many other young girls. Haggai, who was responsible for the harem, was very much impressed with her and did his best to make her happy. He gave her 7 girls from the palace as her maids and gave her the most luxurious apartment in the harem. Esther hadn't told anyone that she was a Jew, for Mordecai had said not to. When it was Esther's turn to go to the king, she accepted the advice of Haggai, dressing according to his instructions. And all the other girls exclaimed with delight when they saw her. The king was so delighted with her that he set the royal crown on her head and declared her queen instead of Vashti. One day, as Mordecai, who had become a government official, was on duty at the palace, 2 of the king's eunuchs, who were guards at the palace gate, became angry at the king and plotted to assassinate him. Mordecai heard about it and passed on the information to Queen Esther, who told the king, crediting Mordecai with the information. An investigation was made, the 2 men found guilty and were executed. This was all duly recorded in the book of the history of King Ahasuerus' reign.
And this concludes the first 2 scenes of Esther, and all is as it should be.
This is not fair. I have won 20 beauty pageants and have appeared on numerous magazine covers. I am the superstar here, and I only get 1 scene? Come on, this is not fair.
Well, Jill, I'm not looking for just physical beauty here in this character.